How about the combination of immaturity and inexperience living in the same house with great experience, great maturity, and great accomplishment? You put that all together, and what you have is Bronny James. Okay, his own inexperience, his own youth, but that name. You are LeBron James Jr., okay? And we know what that name, the weight of that name, the experience of that name. Here's Bronny, the prospect, on trying to get into the NBA and playing with his father and all these things that we've talked about. Let's hear from Bronny.
Would you want to put out there that, hey, only draft me if you really think I'm good enough and not for all these other reasons, obviously because of your dad, or you're just like, hey, no, whatever gets me there, I'll get there?
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like this is a serious business, and I don't feel like there would be like a thought of I'm just drafting this kid just because of I'm gonna get his dad. Like I don't think a GM would really allow that. So yeah, I've never really thought about like, I think I've put in the work and I'd get drafted because of the person, not only the player, but the person that I am.
First of all, it's good to hear from Bronny James. Now, this is something. This is 2024, where he didn't give an interview. He didn't grant interviews at USC on the advice of his advisors. So we didn't really get an opportunity to listen to Bronny James. I like listening to him. It's really, I'm just fascinated by the whole story, Tarika, that you've got a guy who is, I think he's a developing prospect who's got talent. And so if you look at him that way, yeah, like what's going to happen? Will this kid get a shot? And then you put his name to it. So the developing prospect part of it is interesting because I'm always interested in like, who's going to show out at the draft combine. And then it's Bronny James. And what does that mean for his draft journey? I think I understand what he's saying, like, hey, a GM wouldn't do it. Bronny, a GM would. A GM would do it. If they thought they could get LeBron James, the package deal, yes, they would. Yes, they would. They draft Bronny James in the second round. Certainly pick 48, pick 51, you're damn right. And don't be ashamed of that. Don't apologize for that. This is what your parents have worked hard to put you in this position. This is what all parents want to do. This is what they want to do. I want to make a clearer path for you. I want to make it easier for you. So if somebody drafts you because they think there's some connection to LeBron James, or he's got the bloodlines, maybe we can turn this guy into a top 8, top 9 in the rotation NBA player, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
You nailed it. You honestly nailed it, because in my mind, I'm like, there isn't enough nepotism in our community, to be honest. I mean, people get it all the time out the mud.
Say it
on
again.
The other side of the aisle, there isn't enough. So for you to like trying to avoid it, it's like very oxymoronic to me, because how in the world can LeBron James's son say, I want you to pick me, but not because I'm LeBron James's son? Bruh, they're picking you because you're LeBron James's son. Like, I want you to, like, you're here because you're LeBron James's son. You're noticed because you're LeBron James's son. I was listening to another analyst, and they made a great point. And he said, Kendrick Perkins, he was talking, and he said, I was a McDonald's All-American coming out of high school scoring 24 points. Bronny was averaging 14 points, and he's a McDonald's All-American. Bruh, you're saying that to say most people averaging 14 points a game in high school are not McDonald's All-Americans. It's because you are LeBron James's son. And any general manager who thinks, you think the Lakers need Bronny James? Lakers don't need Bronny James. Bronny James ain't doing a thing for that LA team whatsoever, but they will be willing to get him in the second round if that means we get to keep LeBron James here, if for nothing else, if for no other reason, right? I think if he accepts the fact that he might be a second rounder, that he'll be a role player, that he could be somebody who can assist the team off the bench. And there are not a lot of prospects who go into the draft willing to accept that kind of a role. Most people go into the draft, and that's if he truly goes into the draft. I love the fact that the NBA has a setup to where I can go to the combine, I can see what my prospects look like, I can really think about what I'm going to do before making a decision to go back to school if it doesn't pan out. Personally, I really feel like he should go, but I know that he's not. I know that he's more than likely going to continue to declare for the NBA draft, but I would go back to school if it were me. If I wanted to be a higher draft pick, if I wanted to be, if I really want people to pick me off my talent and ability and who I am, I would do things to strengthen and get better at my craft. But instead, you're very sure that you're going to be a pick in this year's draft. Understand that people are doing it because of who you are, not specifically on your talent and ability. And it's okay. That's the part I need Bronny to understand. It's okay. I'm in a sorority, right? And so in being in a sorority, we have
which one?
Legacy candidate. I'm a member of Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated.
Okay.
And we're the last created, best designed. And as a member of Sigma Gamma Rho, we have legacy candidates where you can be considered with a little extra special consideration if you are a legacy of a member. And that does not mean that once that member becomes, once that candidate becomes a member, that she doesn't make her own path, that she doesn't do her own thing, set her own trend. It happens all the time. But we love having people who have a little bit of extra oomph in their legacy. Accept the legacy, Bronny. It's cool. It's nothing wrong with it.
It's cool. Because the Lakers, because who owns the Lakers? Who owns the Lakers?
Yeah, the Buss family. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, right. So Jenny Buss, Dr. Jerry Buss, okay, like the Cowboys.
Hello.
Yeah, the Cowboys, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, the Patriots here, Jr. Robert Kraft, Jonathan Kraft. I mean, it just goes on and on. There are people on the Supreme Court. They got their start because they were clerking for somebody who knew somebody. There's somebody
who knew somebody,
who got a job because there's somebody who knew somebody. This is how it works. Let's not pretend it doesn't happen.
This is how it works.
Reverend Foster Brasby, I'm dead now. I'm dead. You got me. You preached it. You preached it down. You preached it down. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.